Hey guys, happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for holding out for a couple of weeks before I had the opportunity to upload this video. I'm going to get right into it. Today's video is going to be a continuation on my Chanel collection set of videos. It's my most requested thing is, the bags that I have in my Chanel collection, and I'm very thankful to say that I'm not able to do all of those in one video. So I've been doing them in installments. The first installment, if you take a look at the videos on my channel, which aren't too many yet, I did a black collection. That's probably the bag I have the most of, mostly because I wear a lot of black and I'm in the legal field, so black just kind of tends to be the easiest. It goes with everything. You kind of don't have to worry about it as much with the weather. I live in the city of Chicago and the weather here is awful, so black is just an easy bag to own, on top of the fact that I think that black is probably one of the most iconic colors that you can buy a Chanel bag in. The second video I did was on the color pink, so you can find that on my channel. But today's video, I think this is my favorite Chanel color, and my favorite color, I think, overall to buy accessories in, which is the color blue. A year or so ago, Chanel did a campaign on their top, 5 most iconic colors, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I tried to Google this before I made this video. Blue is not one of those colors, but the top 5 is black, the beige clair, which is something that they've discontinued and since brought back periodically, which makes me think they were just trying to drive people to want the bag and kind of back into the market by making it seem like it was inaccessible. Silver, gold, and red. I think that those are the 5 most iconic colors for Chanel bags, and I definitely have no discrepancy with that, but for some reason I just love the color blue. I gravitate towards it. I don't have as much of it as I do in black and pink, but for some reason when I was getting ready for this video, I was taking a look at all my bags and I got really excited about each and every one of them. So without further ado, I'm going to do these in chronological order, and I'll give a little backstory behind all of them because most of my bags have a little bit of a backstory. I will present to you the collection of blues. And also, sorry that I'm wearing workout clothes today. It's Sunday, so I'm really lazy. I didn't even really put makeup on. Anyway, bag number 1. This bag, I think I purchased in 2011, and it is either the second or third bag that I ever bought. It's called the In the Business, ITB is what people abbreviated it as back in the day. It's the In the Business flap. This is a calfskin bag. It has silver hardware. It has a pocket on the back, although it's not, the same pocket that you have on an iconic Chanel bag. But it does have these 2 chains that you can wear the bag either long or short. The inside of this bag is cloth, because it is not a classic, and it's very, very simple construction. It just has one pocket here, it has a zip pocket in the back, and that's it. Of all of my bags, this one is probably worn the worst, and I don't really know why that is. I take as good care of my lesser value bags, and this is one of them, than I do as the rest of them. And sometimes I just think it's either a combination of the material the bag is made out of, and maybe a little bit how it's stored. But this guy has these little pinched feeties here at the corners, and it's something I've tried to stop by stuffing the bag with tissue paper, and I use t-shirts as well, old crummy t-shirts, and it just hasn't really done much to slow the progress of this bag. That being said, it's a great bag. It's about the same size as a jumbo, and if it hadn't been discontinued a long time ago, I think it was discontinued back in 2012 or 11 when I bought it, I would probably put this on my Best Buy video, because when I bought it in 2011, it was $2,650. I got it at Neiman Marcus in the northern suburbs of Illinois, which I think is where I was living at the time. So yeah, $2,600 for a bag that looks like a classic. And I actually remember when I got it, I was so like young into the Chanel world that I thought it was a classic because the tags had flat bag on it. And then I remember like getting really confused, and I was like, oh, but it's not like the right price. It should be more expensive. And it's these types of little, you know, things that you discover along the way that sort of helps like unfold your knowledge about Chanel. But I remember at the moment thinking it was a classic. But anyway, you know, it has the same look of a classic, and it has the double chains that you can thread, you know, make the bag short, you know, or long. So I think if this was still in the rotation, I'd probably put it in the best buy list. I don't love the way that it's worn here at the edges, but you know, aside from that, I've had it now for probably like 6 or 7 years, and it's in great shape. The product code for it, for what it's worth, I don't think, you know, calling 1-800-CHANEL is going to be very useful in finding this bag. But if you want it, I'll put it on the screen. It is 12, C as in cat, so it was part of the 2012 cruise collection, which means it would have come out in like the fall of 2011. A as in apple, 49272, Y 07421, and then the color code, which is navy, is 93728. But anyway, this is my very first blue bag, the Chanel in the business. Okay, second blue bag you guys have all seen before, and this is my, oh god, it looks so good on camera. It hasn't worn as well as it looks right now on camera, but this is my blue jumbo. This is not a blue Roy, ROI. A lot of people have asked me that before, and I'm almost 100% sure it's not a blue Roy. I think blue Roy came out in 2010, and this is a 2012 bag. But anyway, this is blue lambskin, just like a very bright, gorgeous, like blue lambskin bag. And then it has brushed gold hardware. And this, no, you know what? This came out as part of the spring collection in 2013. And this I bought in Chicago. I actually had purchased in the same collection. They came out with a hot pink iridescent caviar jumbo. And I had purchased that in Hawaii. And then over the course of my vacation in Hawaii, did a ton of research on it and realized that it's a dirt magnet. Iridescent caviar is a bag that I won't touch. And if you guys have more questions about it, just ask me, you know, in the comment section below. And I'd be happy to get into further detail. But essentially, I bought it in Hawaii, brought it to Chicago, and like within 24 hours of my return to Chicago, I'd exchanged it for this, and I've never had a regret since. But yeah, the product code for this bag is 13 S's in Sam, A 58600, Y 08140 96261 is the color code, the 96261 part. And I was looking at the tag. This was $4,900 when I bought it, and now the jumbos are $5,500. So that's just testament to the fact that the price on these bags go up. But anyway, I have featured this in another video before regarding a bag that I didn't wear particularly well, and you can probably see like over here towards the corners, there is like some denting of like this quilt. There's always been this like color transfer line across the front and like kind of right here. And I'm actually not that picky. You can't really notice it when you're wearing it, but this is an example of a bag that hasn't worn particularly well. So now I guess I have two blues that haven't worn particularly well, and yet it's still probably my favorite color. So anyway, there is this jumbo. The third oldest bag, and this is actually one of my favorites, and this bag is worn very, very well, is the, this is a new medium caviar boy bag with like an antique hardware. The product code for this bag is 14B as in boy, A 92193, Y 09130 97252, and I got this in the summer of 2014. I think it was coming out for the fall collection in New Orleans. New Orleans is my favorite city in the United States, like I've said probably in videos before, and they have a wonderful Saks down there. The sales associates are great. They get a great assortment of products, I think, just because it's such an eclectic place to go. So they get lots of like really great colors, and it's just a ton of fun to visit that Chanel boutique. And this bag is from there. And I was looking at the tag, and am very sad to say that when I purchased this bag, it was $4,600, and now I'm pretty sure the new medium, which is the bigger medium, yes, is $5,200. But anyway, this bag is tremendous, and it's made out of caviar. That's how you see that like pebbled look. And I have like worn this everywhere, and it's still like in perfect condition. So I'm sure if you guys watch a lot of these videos, you would know that the caviar leather tends to wear much better than lambskin or calfskin, especially calfskin, and that is definitely true. The pebble leather, you know, you're definitely in it for mileage at that point. But this is this guy. Okay, next one. Next bag is really fun. Ready? Beep. That is so bright. It's really, really that bright. This is a patent leather, a blue patent leather rectangular mini. So this is a classic, just like the jumbo was a classic. And it has silver hardware, which I think you can see, like a really shiny silver hardware. I'm trying to like back this up. And this bag I purchased in Boston. My little sister used to live in Boston, and this was part of the craze of 2014 spring summer collection, which is when the fuchsia came out, like greens, yellows, blues. Actually, it's kind of having a resurgence. The colors this season with the like the technology collection it's very reminiscent of this, but anyway, this is one of those like super bright colors that came out back in the spring of 2014. The color code for this is 14 S as in Sam, A6990, Y06830, and then very unfortunately I do not have the color code. I don't think that this would be available, but if you call 1-800-CHANEL and you give them what I just gave you, they may be able to see if there's anything still available, but that would have been like 3 years ago, so I would doubt it. But yeah, this is one of my favorite bags. It's definitely one of my most like biggest pops of color that I have in my collection. And it is patent. I know a lot of people worry about color transfer with patent leather. I'm generally pretty careful with patent leather, but I've never had any issues with these bags. Especially this one. It doesn't have any like evidence of color transfer on it. And it's just like the most fun. And the inside is blue too, because it's a seasonal bag, so you don't get the burgundy interior, you get the like the color of the outside for a seasonal bag. But yeah, so then there is this guy, and he was $2,700, I want to say, and I think now the prices have gone up to $3,100. And then last blue in my collection, and one I've already done a video on. I did a wallet on a chain comparison video with this and a classic wallet on a chain. Purchased this guy last year, actually right around this time, maybe a little bit later in the season, but anyway, this is the new like Chanel, look, it's like so bright, yeah, wallet on a chain. Oh my god, I'm like beaming this into your eyeballs. I'm so sorry. Wallet on a chain with a plate. And this is a lambskin bag. Let me find the code for you. It's A80982, Y04059, 2B as in boy 561 is the color code, the 2B as in boy 561 part. This bag is $2,400, so it's more expensive than a regular wallet on a chain, which is $2,100. But I have said this before, I think it's like every penny worth it. I love the fact that it has a turn lock. I love the color of this bag, and they do make it in other colors. And for those of you who've watched these videos and asked me about them, I just saw one on the Authentic Finds thread on the Purse Forum in like a beautiful like rose pink the other day. So if you're still looking for this, either call 1-800-CHANEL with that product code I just gave you, or go back on the Purse Forum and see if it's still available. But I digress. Anyway, I just love the color of this. It doesn't have a back pocket, which was like kind of a little bit of a gripe for me, but I never really used the back pocket on the classic wallet on a chain anyway, so I think it's no harm, no foul. And then I love the fact that you can double the strap, because it runs through the center, but you can wear it like in multiple different ways. So anyway, that is it for the blues video. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know if you guys have any questions or, want any further information on these bags. I'd always be happy to share, and have a really great rest of your weekend.